Have you all here with us tonight. This is the orientation for a new club year, right? A new club year. So it doesn't matter if you are, again, a veteran or a longtime staffer. If you are here, it's because you're involved in club ministries. You want to be a part of club ministries for this next year. So I'm going to introduce myself, and then I'm going to let other people introduce themselves. We've got a lot of people on here who are ready to come support you, ready to come alongside you. First of all, we've got all of our PAD team, right? So we've got all of our Pathfinder Adventure team that's here, ready to go, ready to give you all that we can. My name is Pedro Perez, and I'm here as the director for Pathfinder and Adventure Ministries, and we are here to support you. We've got others from our office team that are here. I'd like them to introduce themselves now.
All right, and I guess I need to do this. Hi, can you see me? My name is Stephen Stewart. I am the associate director, the better half of Pastor Pedro, the associate director for Pathfinders and Adventurers Department. And we're here to serve you, help you, whether you're new or returning. And we'll have some other things to share with you shortly. So Pastor Pedro and I, we direct this whole thing. And it's so easy. I mean, it's so easy to do. My beard used to be black last year, but now that's all right. Don't worry about it.
Very good. Thank you, Pastor Stewart. And could we go next to Carmen?
Yes, as Pedro just said, my name is Carmen Ayala. I am the Pathfinder Administrative Assistant in the office. So if you have any questions or anything Pathfinder related, feel free to go ahead and shoot me an email or give me a phone call, and I'll be happy to help you.
Awesome. Thank you, Carmen. And what you don't have tonight is the opportunity to see our friend Marina. She had a conflict tonight. She had to be somewhere else. Yes, Carmen rocks. Thank you, Kelvin, for the shout out. Beautiful. And so Marina works with adventurers, although either of the ladies could help you with stuff. Specifically, if you have Pathfinder things, Carmen's the best help for you. And if you have adventure questions, Marina's the best help for you. And then also another part of our team is Liz. Many of you know Liz if you've ordered stuff from our store. We do have an online store, and that is there. And Liz can't be with us tonight either, but she said, please tell them, I know about the problem with shipping costs. We're working on it. And today we finally had a breakthrough with the company. There were some miscalculations that they were doing. We are working on that. We will refund everyone the amounts that you're owed, so don't worry about that. But just she wanted you to know that she loves serving you at the store, and she loves helping you save money at the store. So she's working on that, and we just want to make sure that you know that. All right, we've got other parts of our team, and tonight we've got the lay leader. We call it the state administrator for Pathfinders. And could you jump on and greet everyone? And then we'll go to our adventure lay leader, a husband-wife team for all of Florida.
Okay, this is Calvin. I just want to say congratulations to all who joined, and we are looking forward for a good and a excited club year 2021-22, and may God bless you as you endeavor to serve our young people. Thank you.
Thank you, Calvin. Excellent. And then we've got a couple, Brad and Lisa Gary, who help on the adventure side to lead out in club ministries. I think I saw Brad earlier. Are you still around, Brad?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I don't know if Lisa's on tonight or not.
Okay. Well, what would you like to say to all of our adventure friends out there from you and Lisa?
Hi, I'm Brad Gary. I am the Adventure State Administrator, and we look forward to being with you in person at your churches again. And we hope that everyone has a great adventure year.
Awesome. Thank you. And Brad said it just right? He and Lisa work together for Adventure Ministry, and they love going to visit, as all these people that you're going to see introduced here to you, Calvin, Lisa and Brad, and this next group of people. So we've got several layers of leaders, volunteers here in Florida. We've got our state administrators that help us cover the whole state. And then we've got area administrators that cover the areas, central, north, south, west. And we've got leaders in Pathfinders and Adventures. There's a team of about 70 volunteers that work directly with us as the Pathfinder Adventure Department for the conference, and they work with us to help make ministry happen. So that's a team of 70 people in your corner, plus all of our office team. And I want to go through for the Pathfinders, all of our area admins. Let's start, we'll go north, central, west, south. So let's go for Pathfinders, and then we'll follow up with Adventures. Introduce yourself and tell what area you're from. Pathfinders, north, central, west, south. North is vacant right now. Jackie, one of our longtime leaders, just moved and is actually moving and heading up north of here. So we're sad to have her not with us. But then we've got central. Let's go from central and then south, and central, west, and south.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lorette. I'm your Central Area Admin, and I'm here for you to use me. Call me. My number is 407-446-5297. Thank you.
Very nice. You might want to put that in the chat if you want people to call you. Thank you, Lorette. All right, let's go down to west for Pathfinders. I think I saw her on the call. Is Yolanda on? Maybe I saw a different Yolanda. Okay, so Yolanda Acevedo serves in West Florida as the Pathfinder area admin. So we're happy for her leadership there. And in the South, another veteran leader. Is Martha on tonight?
Yes, Martha is on, and I would like to say welcome to all of our new people who are maybe on. And if I have not already met you in person, just send me an email, give me a shout out, and I am just waiting and anxious to come and see what you all are doing.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting us into your living room this evening. Very nice of you. You had a couple 70 people over tonight. Oh, your dining room. Okay. Thank you, Martha. So that's it. You've got 4 area leaders for Pathfinders and another 4 for Adventures. We'll start off for Adventures again. We'll go north, central, west, and south. We just want you to meet these people, be familiar with their names, and at least know who your leaders are. We'll start in the north.
Good evening. I am Sherry Batutier. I am the North Area Administrator. I want to say welcome to everyone here tonight. I am also available at any time to my group in the North to assist in whatever I can. We're a great team. We work together to accomplish our goal across the conference. So please use us in any way that you would like. We are here to help.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's go to Central for Adventures.
Hi, my name is Juliette Steele, and I am the Central Area Administrator for Adventurers. And I am so glad to see all of you here. Returning directors, I hope to see you again. And new leaders, I hope to meet you soon. And of course, you can always call us. We are ready and able and willing to help you.
Amen. Beautiful. Let's slide over to West.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vani Rodriguez. I am the area administrator for the Adventures, all the way up north to Spring Hill, down to Sarasota. It's here to serve. And along with me, I have another partner that works at the West. His name is AJ. And AJ stands for Adventurer Jesus. So if you invite us over to your ceremonies, he comes along. We're here to serve, and I'll put my phone number in the comments.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And then rounding up our adventure team, we've got another leader in the South. I'm sorry. Yeah, in the South. Miss Geneve, did I see you?
Yes, you did.
I'm trying to find you so I can highlight you.
I'm here.
Sorry, I'm looking.
I think it was
There
on
you are.
speaker
Got
view.
you.
This year. Okay.
There are 3 pages that I'm trying to go through. Forgive me. All right, go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Good evening, everyone. My name is Geneve Knight-Smith. I am the South Area Administrator, and I welcome you guys to adventuring. It's fun. It's been an exciting ride for all of us, I'm sure. Just letting you know that we are here, just as the other administrators say for both Adventurers and Pathfinders, we are here to serve. So whenever you need us, just call. I will also put my number in the chat.
Perfect. Thank you so much. if you were just paying attention to all these greetings, doesn't that make you feel like you've got people that care about you? Like these are smiling faces, happy faces. They are just willing to do whatever they can to help you. I'm so excited to have the team that we have, and they represent another dozens and dozens of people that are here to help you. So one of our goals is that we would have someone to help you within 30 minutes of your church. So wherever you live in the state, wherever you are, we've got team. I just see Malva down there. She's at our zone layer. Hi, Malva. Recently had a birthday. I'm glad that you are here with us. You don't look any older, Malva. You don't look any older.
Oh, thank you, Pastor.
Yeah, but she's one of our.
Today.
Oh yeah. She's one of our zone leaders, and then we've got another layer of cluster leaders. And I saw John on here. I see Anthony on here. I see Grace on here. A lot of our leaders are here also that are here to support you. So the last thing that we want you to feel is alone in ministry, right? That's the very last thing. So we've got people all around the state. Obviously, you have your local church team and all that, but we want you to know that we want to see you do the best that you can in club ministry. That would make us happy to see you succeed. So we're here to help you do that. All right. So to get us started, we've got three main topics that we'd kind of like to share with you. And Pastor going to share one, I'm going to share another one, and then Carmen's going to jump in and share a third one. So this is a little bit of information from our team, a little bit of encouragement from our to you in three different areas. Pastor Stephen, go ahead and start us off.
All right, all right. So these are what we call, we're calling tonight 3 items for directors to get started in a new club year. The 3 top items. And the first one is that you need to meet with your pastor. You need to meet with your pastor. I have a document that I'm reading that was prepared a couple of years ago by Brother Calvin Brooks, that's on with us tonight, Brother Calvin Brooks. And it's entitled, and we'll allow you to get a hold of this. This will be in our handbooks or manuals, I believe, but how to best work with pastors to support them and encourage club growth. So the bottom line is this: keep in mind, remember, your Pathfinders and Adventurer clubs are a part of the ministry of the church. They're not in and of themselves. You are a part of your church's local ministry. You must work with your church's administration, and obviously your pastor is the head of the church's administration. So you need to work with your pastor, your senior pastor, or if you have a youth pastor, both pastors, not just if you have a youth pastor, don't just go to the youth pastor, also go to the senior pastor. And let me read a couple of things that Calvin Brooks had put together for us. Make sure that you're sharing your club's activities, schedules, and the calendar with your pastor and your church board. You're going to see that we encourage all of that. All of that is part of what you need to do. You need to have activities scheduled and a calendar, but make sure that you share all of this with your pastor and your church board. Have a one-on-one meeting with the pastor or pastors. Have a one-on-one meeting. Share with them what your vision is. Find out what their vision is. How do they see that your Pathfinder and Adventure Club working together with the church? Get all of that. Be in constant communication with your pastor. Invite the pastor to club meetings. Let them know when here's a schedule, and when time allows, let them come and do a devotional thought. Let them come and do a devotional thought to your club and the kids. Schedule that in advance. Be sensitive to their schedule. And even though the pastor is the pastor, and you may think that, oh, they should be supporting. No, give them a special invitation to come to your programs. Give them a special invitation to come to your programs. Encourage the pastor to wear their Pathfinder or Adventurer uniforms. They may not officially be members of the club, but get them involved. And that's a way of getting them to basically join. They're pastors, they're leaders. Let them be a part of your clubs in that fashion. And invite them to conference-sponsored events. Make sure you invite. When I was pastoring a church, my clubs would always invite me to these conference sponsored events. And so ask your pastor what they think of the club, or what they think of the vision that you have. But just make sure that you're not working in a vacuum. You're not working by yourself. And let me throw this in. For clubs of churches that have both Pathfinders and adventurers, work together. They're separate ministries, but in a sense, we're one. Look, see, we're one. Pathfinders and adventurers. Don't be separate and apart from each other. Remember, adventurers will graduate and become pathfinders, right? You got to work together. It's a handoff. So make sure that you're working together, and make sure that the pastor and the rest of the church sees that you're working together. And so there are many more things that I can share, but there's a document that we'll be making sure that you have access to, that will give you tips on how to work along with your pastors and your church board, because you want to make sure that this is a team effort. And guess what? Parents and the kids will see that it's a team effort as well. So we want to, first of all, encourage you. The first main item tonight is to make sure that you are working together with your local pastor. All right, take it away, Pastor Pedro.
Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate that. I'm glad to give that reminder, or to hear that reminder. The pastor, your church board, very important that you partner with them and work together. The second main item that we're saying we think is a key to a great club year is to get together with your directors and staff, to have a staff meeting, right? To be able to plan. One of the things that we are recommending tonight is, if you are new this year, right? If you're a new director, one of the things we'd encourage you to do is talk to the previous director, if they're around. Maybe they moved, maybe they left the state, but have you ever heard this, that you can find out a lot about where things were when you look to the past, right? Like, we don't want to dwell in the past. We don't want to stay there, but we want to learn from the past. So as a new club staff, as a new club year is getting together, learn from the past. Find out what they've done, what worked, what didn't work. If you can have a one-on-one with the previous director, take them out to get a smoothie, or take them out to get a soda or something. Sit down with them, call them on the phone if you have to, whatever you do, but look into the past. Say, what happened in the past? What was done? What wasn't done? How did things work? Who were the staff? All of that kind of stuff. As you look to the past, when you think about all that stuff, that's one of the first steps. Another thing is, pray that God would give you a picture of where things could go. Someone said that a vision is a preferable picture of the future, right? Like, it's a preferable future. Like, I know where we are. They say a leader's first job is to define where they are, define reality, but then the leader is supposed to take them somewhere. So pray that God would give you a vision of what club ministry will look like for this year. In the middle of and coming out of something like a pandemic, how will club ministry look different? What will you need to strategize different? How can you come alongside with parents? How can you partner with them to help them keep their kids connected and moving? So looking to the past, getting a picture of where you want to go based on where the club has been, on what God's telling you now as a leader, how to move forward. And then when you meet together with a staff, the cool thing is they provide input, right? Like, club ministry was never meant to be a solo job. Ministry was never meant to be a solo job. But your staff, when you get together with your staff, they can provide ideas, they can be resources, they have information that you don't have. No one of us is as good as all of us. I love that saying. So the more that you surround yourself by people, the more that you get people around you, they'll provide input for you. They'll provide content for you. They'll help you build and add things on. Another word is protect. When you have a staff, you can be protected by them. They got your back, right? Because they are aware of things that you might not see, because they hear things that you don't hear, because they're in circles that you might not go to. They can help protect you. Also, when you make decisions and you decide things as a staff, guess what? You get to say, our staff decided this, right? This wasn't me alone. This wasn't just me as the director. This was our staff. That doesn't mean you're hiding. It means you're being smart. It means you're protecting yourself. It means you're protecting your team. It means you're protecting your club ministries. So you want to protect. It's working smarter. It's making better decisions. Another thing you want to do is partner. When you partner with other people in ministry, you're working as a team. You'll realize that you can go farther faster when you're working with other people. Again, it wasn't meant to be done in isolation. So one of the big things that we talked about, first we said connect with your pastor, your youth pastor. Next is connect with your people that you're going to work with. Connect with those staff. Talk to the director, find out about the past. Talk to other staff to find out about the past. But then get a preferable picture. What's this new world look like as we start this year for club ministry? Look to your team to help you provide input. Look to your team to help, and you can protect them. And look to your team to partner with you. Another thing,
All right, he's
does a
frozen.
great job resource. TLTs are a great resource to help you. So you might consider some TLTs coming on board, helping, being a part of your staff, giving you ideas for resources and utilizing them. So thank you for that note, Kim. So that's my part. As you get to going for the club year, you got to meet with your team. You got to find out who your team is, recruit the right people, and it'll make a difference. I would say this, the success of your ministry is going to depend on the people that you bring around you. The success of your ministry in the local church will depend on the people that you bring around you. You get great people around you, great leaders around you, you're going to have a great club year. You get people, you only get a few people, or you don't get the right people around you, and it can hijack your year. So pray carefully about who you bring on. Ask your pastor to help you in the nominating committee and get all that help. Ask the kids themselves. Who would you like to have serve in Pathfinder Adventure Ministry? And then go tell the adults, hey, the kids chose you. Like, they'd love to have you come join them. It can do wonders for getting other adults involved. So we're praying for you as you get your staff together and start praying through your calendar and planning what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and create that vision for how God's going to use you in club ministries for this club year. That's our second step for you. Now for step number 3. And this is Carmen leading the way for step number 3.
Yes. So for step number 3, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and run through a couple different things. So the first thing we're going to start out with is, sorry, you hear my dog in the background. The first thing we're going to start out with is this PAD Club Director Resources. So this is a great resource for you guys to use. It has a lot of different things. We're constantly sending this to, especially new directors, but it's great for old directors as well. I heard there was a lot of new directors. There's a lot of different things on here. We are still updating the website in some of these areas, like the new manuals won't be up here yet, but there's a lot of good information on here. So feel free to go to floridaconference.com, and we can put this in the chat, floridaconference.com, PAD-club-director-resources. So this is a great resource for you guys to use, to just go through, scroll through it, click on all of these links, get familiar with this. And throughout the club year, I'm sure you'll use this a lot, because this is a great resource. The next thing that I have is our background checks, Adventist screening verification. So for this, if you're a new director and you haven't done this yet, this is something that's super important, or for new staff that you might have coming on board. Anyone working with children needs to have this done. You can go to nadadventist.org/ASV, and we can put that in the chat as well. And that's also on the PAD Club Director Resources page that I just went to. But this is super important. They have it in both English and in Spanish. And if you go to our manuals, we also have step-by-step tutorials in that will walk you through each of the steps to get through to go through this process. But this is where you'll go to log in and get familiar with this. This is something that every staff 18 or older, if they're Pathfinders 18 or older, they'll also need to do this to get verified and background checked. The next thing, so I'm actually going to go start here first. So if you go to NAD,
let me see.
So for this is our next thing is the Youth Ministries Management System. All of our club directors use this to get a lot done. And so every year you have to re-request activation. So we have actually shut down the system and reopened it back up. So if you haven't done this, you're going to go ahead and hit request reactivation if you're a returning director and go through this process. And if you're not, you'll also click this and say if that you've already have an account or if you don't have an account. And this will make sure that your account gets reactivated or we can get you into the system as a new director. I do want to let you know that once you request an account, it may take up to 7 to 10 business days just because of the amount of accounts that we have to go through and release manually. It could be faster, but 7 to 10 business days, so please be patient with us. We're trying to get everyone in as fast as we can. But this is really important for you guys to do because you'll need to get access to the system. Once you do, this is what it'll look like. I asked one of our directors, Cheryl, if I could use her account. So this is really great. You can do a lot of things on it. You can keep track of your inventory. You can manage your Pathfinders, your staff. You'll enter in their information into this. And as you can see, you can also go to secretary and you can go to calendar, enter in your events. Our events will also show up here. So this is another great place. If you want to learn more on how to use the system, if you go back to this, again, everything goes back to this page, this Club Director Resources. We have tutorials on how to do almost everything in the system, how to add events, how to add people, how to add in, register for events. There's a lot of great tutorials on how to do that. You can also register for events. I know leadership is coming up, so just go ahead and hit register. As you can see, it's already up and ready for her to register. And so on that note, we can go ahead and let Pastor Stewart talk about leadership convention.
All right. I need to share my screen. So, wait a minute, let me just do this. I'll do that first. And I have a screen that I'm going to share.
So while you're doing that, Stephen, let me jump in and say a few things. So a couple things in the chat are good questions. We have multiple clubs that are in English, multiple clubs that are in Spanish, both Adventures and Pathfinders, and in other languages. Another question was, if I'm a returning director, do I have to reactivate my account? And the answer would be yes. C, you have to reactivate your account. Everybody who had an account has to reactivate it. Everybody who has never had an account will have to go in and register for an account. And that's something that you can have your club director and your club secretary do. That's just something. Yes, we have clubs in Portuguese. We even have clubs. The Orlando Philam Church has a club. So we've got different languages, and we are very happy to have all those languages. All right. Thank you for your questions. And we're going to open it up for a Q&A here in a moment. I just didn't want that to get buried. And Carmen, can you go back and post that resource app or resource web link onto the chat room?
Yes, I can. I'll do it again.
All right. Pastor Stewart, back to you.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. And what I am sharing, can you see it?
Yes.
All right. So what I'm sharing is a flyer for our upcoming leadership training. Every year we have an annual training event where we train our Pathfinder and adventurer leaders. Let me tell you something. You're going to find out that if you're a new club director and staff, the Pathfinder and adventurer department are the best trained department in the local church. And we're able to do that through the various trainings that we do, and especially our annual leadership convention. We're not having a convention this year because of the pandemic. This is the second year in a row where we're having a leadership training event. It's going to occur on 2 days, July 31st, and August 1st. However, it's actually a one-day event. I'll explain that in a second. But our theme for this year is I am loved in the midst of my storms. I am loved in the midst of my storms. Let me see. Am I getting some storms here? What a little, but only at first. I found. Are you speaking to me? I don't know. Talking to somebody. All right, let me leave that alone. All right, I'm loved in the midst of my storms, and we've had a stormy time, it's 2020 to 2021, haven't we? And so the whole idea for this leadership training is we want to help club directors who are starting up in the midst of coming out of a pandemic. How can we do that? Those who are in the middle of it, those who have been struggling, we want to be able to help you as club directors. And so this leadership training will be both an in-person and a virtual training, in-person and virtual. We're going to have sites. We're going to have sites where you can actually meet in person, 50 people maximum, because we want to keep in mind our social distancing and COVID protocols. Even though you may be fully vaccinated, we're going to ask you to wear a mask and still socially distance. But on July 31st, we're going to be at three locations. Uh, there will be two locations in the South and one location in Central Florida that will happen on July 31st. And then on August 1st, five more locations will meet. And we'll be sharing more so a schedule. But for the in-person, if you're going in person, if you're going to be in person at the location, there's a registration fee of $10 per person. $10 per person. Last year, it was different. It's not per club, it's per person. Let me repeat that. Let me say it in sign language. Per person. $10. All right, you got that. All right, all right. So we're going to give you lunch, a light lunch as well. And then for those of you who are watching virtually, it's going to be $5. There's a $5 registration fee. And we have our guest speaker, devotional speaker, will be Dr. Tracy Wood, the director for youth and young adult ministries for the North American division. And you can see some of the topics. Some of the topics include how to transition your club out of the pandemic, how to reconnect or connect with club staff, kids, and parents, and more. And we're asking you, here's what's important. We're asking all club directors to register your staff and yourself by next Thursday. Registration closes next week, Thursday, July 8th. Registration closes. And guess what? This is an important event. This is registering and attending this event will also help you to acquire Club of the Year. This is a Club of the Year requirement. If you want to become one of the clubs of the year, you have to register and attend this event. Don't just register, but you got to attend. We're going to take attendance. All right. And how do you register? How do you register for this? Through the YMMS, the Youth Ministries Management System. Carmen showed you again. Carmen, can you go back to that? Let me stop sharing. If I stop sharing my screen, I'll talk while you go back to that. But we want to encourage everybody, stop share, to register for this leadership training as quickly as possible. And let me specify, there are going to be these several locations, each location in your area. North area has one by itself. West area has one by itself. Central area will be divided into two zones, Zone A and Zone B. The South will be divided into four zones, A, B, C, and D. And you must register for the event, whether physical, in person, or virtual Zoom. You must register for the one in your particular area or zone. That's the one. You'll see that the registration is set up for each. So we're looking at Cheryl Smith, who is in Central, and that's the only one that'll come up in the system for you. And
Yeah,
she'll
so
go
I
in.
saw a comment of someone asking if they can register for a different area. If you would like that, you have let us know so we
Right.
can open that up for you. Because as you can see, you can only see the zone that you're in.
Yes. So if you need uh, some special accommodations, please contact either Carmen or Marina. And you have to do this before next week. Do this before next week. All right. So registration closes the 8th, which is next Thursday. And Carmen was saying if you have not reactivated your account, you know that normally there's a delay. We're doing all that we can to expedite that when you come and register now. So how are you going to register? If you have not reactivated your account, you must first go through that process of reactivating your account. And then after it's been reactivated, you can go and register. If you've already reactivated your account, what's your excuse? Register today before July 8th. I
Excellent.
believe, I don't know if you have any other questions for us in reference to leadership training. And then for next year, we're looking forward to have an in-person leadership convention where we'll all get together. But until then, leadership training, all July 31st and August the 1st.
Excellent. Thank you, Pastor Stewart. And if you have more questions about the leadership training event, we invite you to visit the webpage, to go on, look for more information. Stephen, if you can put any links to a webpage, to registration, to details, a landing page, whatever you can put there. And we know that for you to have a successful club year, most of you need training. And we're working hard to help you know how to get ready for a new club year in a new kind of time. And so you'll see some of the topics we're looking for. This is a day event. It's by areas, by zones, to keep the crowd smaller. You've got your choice of in person or online, depending on how comfortable you feel with meeting with people. So Pastor Stephen's been doing a great job getting all that ready for us. All right, here we are, folks. Those are the big items that we wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for putting questions in the chat. If we missed it, feel free to ping it again or to raise your hand. We are ready to open up for questions. So please only unmute your mic if you have a question and it's your turn to speak so that we don't get any feedback. Let's go to questions. I see Carmen.
Oh, sorry.
Is this Carmen Nelson?
Really?
Yes, I just have a quick question. What's the time for the event?
Sorry, what's the what?
What's the time for the leadership event? Because it has the date, but what's the time frame for?
There are too many options to tell you the answer. We'd have to know where you are and which zone you're in. We've made it as varied as possible just to give you as many options as possible. Stephen, do you have the list in front of you of times and places?
Of times
Is that something you can put in the chat so people can look that up on their own?
All right. So the times, basically, it's going to be following the same time schedule, all of them. It's just two different dates, starting at 9 o'clock on Sabbath morning, July 31st, starting at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, August 1st, in the various locations. I can share locations with you.
Just put it in the chat if you would.
Yeah, I'm going to put a link where you can click on and get to this, the flyer. Okay, I'll put that in the chat.
I did get one question. Someone was asking.
Marina. This is Marina from our office with the adventure team.
Hi, everyone. Sorry. I did get a question about trophies. I know many of you guys have been waiting for your trophies from last year, and they were wondering if they go in person, will they be able to pick up their trophy?
And what was the answer that you gave them?
Well, I didn't reply to the text just yet, but yes, if you register and you'll be in person, then we will definitely try our best to get you your trophy there.
Yes, and even from this year and from last year, if we have it. Yeah. So that's not if we have it. Like if you earned a trophy, we have it. But we just want to make sure that you're going to be there in person, and then we'll get that to you. So great question. Thank you for that. We do want you to have your trophies. We do want you to be able to celebrate that, but we don't want to just hope that they get to you. We want to actually put them in your hands. All right. If you want to go to your reactions button on the bottom of your page, you can do a press reactions, and then it says you can raise your hand. You see the little hand that goes like this. Or Brenda, do you have a question?
Well, I wrote it.
Oh,
Somebody took my turn. So
oh, you want to
let
you
me
want to share it
send
with us?
it. Let me send it. Let me say, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna send the question. I had a meeting, a Zoom meeting with Andres Peralta and
Okay.
Kenya, and they said, does they have to do with our conference, or they're
So
the
Andres Peralta is at the highest level of leadership for Pathfinders and Adventures. He serves at the General Conference. So you have Florida Conference, which is part of Southern Union, which is part of North America, which is part of the General Conference, and he's at the General Conference.
Okay, he said the curriculum is going to change for the adventurers and the logo too.
That may be true. That will be voted in February. So until February, don't count on anything changing. But yes, they are talking about that, because if you are an adventure leader, you know that right now NAD, North America Division, and the General Conference have two different logos. And so that's created some confusion. So there's talk about trying to get one logo.
Yeah, they are going to change the Eager Beaver's name too, he said. Because there's a problem with that name in some countries, the Eager Beaver. They're going to be called Early Birds or something like that.
Yeah, so again, until that is officially voted by North America in February, don't worry about any of that. We'll let you know if anything changes. For right now, just know that North America added 2 classes, which made required that they would change the logo, because the logo was only for 4 classes. If you're in Adventures, you know this, right?
Okay.
Adventures for years had 4 classes, and the logo was perfect for 4 classes because it had the symbol for each. But when North America said, now we're going to have 6 classes, it said the logo doesn't work anymore. So they came up with a new logo. But now GC, the World Church, is saying, I wonder if we need to have 6 class levels. And so that's the debate and the discussion. Yeah. I see that Femerly has her hand up. Femerly, go ahead.
Yes, good evening. I have 2 questions. I don't know what TLTs are.
Okay, we can help you with that.
And the other question is, how do I know if everyone in my staff already did the background check? Do they have to?
Those are fantastic questions.
Great questions.
Okay, so let's start with the background checks. And then Kim, if you're on here, do you want to give a minute response to TLT after Carmen? Just send me a message or say yes in the chat. Carmen, talk to us about how do you find out if my staff are background checked?
Yes, great question. So this is really important, and I'm glad you asked it. So each church should have a level 2 coordinator. And so what this level 2 coordinator does is they can actually pull a report, and you can see everyone within your specific church if they've done the background check or not, as well as the training. So usually this person is, I'm assuming you're a new director, is usually the past director. Sometimes it's the pastor. Sometimes it can be the church secretary. So for each church, it is different. So talk to your pastor, find out who that person is. And if you need to become one, talk to us and we can get you a form to fill out to become one. If your church says that you don't have one. But it's super important that each church does have one, because you'll need those dates when you enter in all of those 18 or olders into the YMMS.
Perfect. So YMMS is your friend. It has all kinds of information, and you get to enter all that information, right? And you get to do all the background checks and see that. Very good. Thank you for that response. Kim is ready to give you a 1-minute response for your other question about what is TLT?
So So TLT is an awesome group of varsity individuals, those teen pathfinders that are in high school, that you can always count on, that are there to help out. They're the ones that want to go above and beyond. So we help facilitate some of the training with some special people that either work in a professional capacity doing certain vocations like church treasurer or accountants or secretaries. And so they learn different positions within the Pathfinder Club and church ministry so that they can go back and use that and strengthen the leadership skills as they go along. So they are a valuable resource. We do the training for you. You just need to come with them to the trainings that are twice a year, and the dates will be coming soon. And just pray, because these kids are leading the way.
Thank you, Kim. And yeah, basically teen leadership training, it's about helping teens get trained to lead. And if you have teens that are ready for that, Kim's a great contact. She's a TLT director for our conference, and she can help you. Very good. I see Carmen has her hand up. Carmen Nelson, would you like to ask your question still?
Yeah, so I have a quick question. For Red Zone for this year, is it going to be face-to-face or is it going to be virtual? Because I'm not sure which events you're going to be having face-to-face, like the Adventure Day, Adventure Fun Day. I'm not sure if that's face-to-face or not, so I'm trying to figure out how we're going to plan these events.
Thank you for the question. I can answer that. So when it comes to calendar planning, we made a decision back in December of 2020 that all of our events for 2021 would have a 100-person maximum attendance. So Super Fun Day would go past that. Red Zone would have gone past that. So we said all of those will be virtual. On Wednesday of this week, our adventure leadership team will meet and talk about Super Fun Day. The plan right now is to have an event, something for kids to do that weekend, but something different and something online. So it will be virtual, and it will be something for adventure age kids. So that you can count on. The rest of this year, 2021, the Pathfinder and Adventure Department will only do events that have 100 or fewer people in attendance. So you'll notice our leadership convention, we're doing live events, but each of those live events are capped at 100, and we're doing them by zones so that if the whole zone wanted to come, they could. If the zone wants to go online, then they can go online. So there'll be a live in-person event for the leadership training, and there'll be a Zoom online training for the leadership training. So that's how we're doing it. When it comes to 2022, we haven't decided that yet, but our prayer and hope is that yes, in 2022, we will be live at Kalakwa for Red Zone. In fact, we've already booked the dates. We've already booked with Kalakwa to save those dates in May for Red Zone. And we would love to be able to get back. Here's what we know. We want to get together, and we want to get together when we feel like it's safe to do so. We don't want to put we don't want to put your kids at risk, because if we gather everybody together too soon and someone gets sick and then they go back home and then they get other people sick, that's not what we want to do. So we're trying to be cautious. We're also trying to be as quick as we can to turn things around. So we have started doing some things, and we'll continue to do more as we can. Yeah?
Okay, and I have one more question. So if the plan is probably for us to meet at Camp Kalakwa for Red Zone, are you going to modify the skill events or still going to be the same skill event? Because some skill events, it's a little bit more closeness, especially when you do the tent. So I'm not sure if you're going to modify your activities.
That's a good question. Because it's about 11 months away, we haven't decided that. So I can't answer that for you. However, I can tell you that when it comes time for Red Zone, hopefully by January, we would know what's going on. And January, when we travel around the conference to do the area council meetings, that's where we would give you that information, if not sooner, by email. So watch for details around the skill events for Red Zone. But yes, that's exactly right. If there are some things that our kids got to get in close proximity to accomplish or do, we would definitely review that. It's a great suggestion. Thank you.
I want to jump in super quick. So for leadership training this year, we've decided for in-person, it's only 50 people can register, not 100. Just to keep those numbers smaller. Yeah, so 50 instead of 100.
50 per location.
Per location.
I messed up on that. Yes,
Right,
it is 50, not 100. I was thinking Zoom, and Zoom's 100
Right.
for our paid account. But yes, it is for leadership training. It is 50. Thank you for catching that. Okay, I don't see any other hands up. Anybody else have a question for tonight?
Just to let you know, there is a link now. There is a link now for leadership, for the flyer for leadership training in the chat.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
Carmen. Carmen just put a link there for me.
Good, good. With more details. Good. So again, once the Zoom meeting ends, you won't be able to come back to these chat conversations. So if you can scroll through now, grab the link or click on the link, it'll open the web page, and then that web page will stay open once this meeting ends. But we don't want you to miss that information. And also a great place to get information is our bi-weekly newsletter. Our bi-weekly newsletter is sent out every 2 weeks, first and third Wednesday of the month. And that's something, if you're not getting it, then you need to email us. And we've put the email in the chat. We can put it there again. We want you to stay informed. Believe it or not, our goal is to help you out as much as we can. And so one of the ways is the newsletter, where every 2 weeks you're getting information. You can have your parents sign up for that. You can forward it to them. We just want to give you information so that you know that everything is there available for you.
And if I may say this, I know I'm speaking to the choir now. I'm speaking to the choir, but just to remember, it's important to constantly check your email. That's how we connect with you, through emails mainly. And we will send out emails a lot of times, and quite often they're not open, they're not looked at. But if you want to catch our newsletter, we're going to send it to you in an email. If you want to find out other information from various things, we're going to send it to directors and secretaries in your email. So please, by all means, keep an eye out. Look for constant communication from our office through email.
Yep. And one of our leaders just said, check your spam. If you're not used to getting email from us and you say, how come I never get it? You might check your spam and put us on the safe list, if you'd be so kind. Put us on the list that it's okay to get our emails, that we're not trying to spam or put viruses on your computer. All right. Very good. Daryl says hi to everyone. Daryl is our drum director and been doing it for a while and has a great army of talented instructors that are helping kids learn how to drum all across the state. Thank you for being on. I am so glad that you've all come on and been a part of this. Carmen.
Yes. So I just received a great question asking if club registration and staff registration are two different things. And the answer is yes, they are. Club registration is you reactivating your account or requesting an account by August 15 to get those Club of the Year points. August 15. So simply by you requesting reactivation, that gives you those points by August 15. And staff registration is just you entering the staff members one by one into your club. So that's just wanted to put that out there. And the other thing is, I saw Marina put the newsletter sign up into the chat. If you want to find it later, in case because this chat will go away, you can actually go to that page I talked about earlier, the PAD Director Resources page, and it's on there as well. So I just wanted to point that out as well.
Thank you very much. And Sister Brown has her hand up. Let's go to Sister Brown.
I have a quick question. What happened if nothing changed? My staff didn't change. Nothing changed because they didn't have a new nomination at church.
Okay.
Do I still get the points, or because you see nothing enter simply means you're thinking I did not do anything?
Yeah, so even if nothing has changed, you still have to log into your account so we know that you're still the director, and you have to reactivate your account. So nobody automatically gets counted as they're okay, because we don't know that unless you let us know that. So that's why you have to either reactivate if you're returning or register if you're new. You have to do one of those two things by August 15 so that we know you're an active club for this year, you're the director, you're the secretary. If you don't do that, we don't know that. So yes, you do have to, everyone has to either reactivate if you're returning or register if you're new.
I understand that, Pastor. I'm just saying, I am going to activate my page back again, but nothing will change on it. It's the same kids, the same counselors, the same everything. Nothing is going to change more than I
So
may add new children.
yeah, so actually the only thing then that you would have to change is the class level for every child.
Yes.
So because that's also the role they have in the system. So if they moved up to the next class level, you'll have to go in and at the very least change that for the kids.
Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay, very good. So we've got Femerly, and then we've got Yvette.
Yes, quick question. Are the flyers made also in Spanish, like for wear your colors and other activities like that?
We do put some flyers in Spanish. Are you saying that would help you?
Yeah, that'll be great because I have many parents that don't speak English, and I would like to share that with them. We have a chat that we share flyers and information.
Okay. Okay, so let us work on that, and we'll do what we can to put as many flyers into Spanish as possible. Yeah? Thank you for the comment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yvette, do you have a question? If you're wondering how to unmute, you can hold your space bar and it will unmute you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So my question is, to do the leader training,
Yeah.
the leadership training, how would I pay for that?
So that's where you would go into your account in YMMS and you would handle that in there. So you can go through PayPal, you can go through to check out there. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can just use it to check out. But that's how you do it. All registrations for all events happens through YMMS.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Yeah, good question. Thank you.
And if I may say something, as Carmen pointed out, that the date to reactivate, the deadline to reactivate your clubs is August, what was that? August
15th.
August 15th. And of course, that's important because it counts towards Club of the Year. But
Yes.
I would say, don't wait until August 15th. You better activate it now so that you can register for leadership training by next week, because that counts also for Club of the Year. So why don't you just go ahead and activate today?
Why don't you? Beautiful. Thank you. Well said. Well said. All right. It is 9:02 and we thought we'd be on for an hour. If there is one or two more questions, we could take them. Otherwise, we will wrap up. Jen's got it all together up in Jacksonville. She's already activated. Good job, Jen. All right. Is there a final question?
I have a question. I'd love to know how many new directors are on tonight. How many new directors are on tonight?
So how would you like them to show that to you?
I was looking to see if we had a poll, but we don't have the poll set up. So maybe in the chat, if you could just quickly say I'm new, or raise your hands. Maybe we can go gallery. If they're new, we can go gallery view and just scan it. If they can do a virtual hand raise.
Okay, I see Cheryl has her hand up. She's been a director for a day.
I see 3.
Good. A lot of you are saying you're already activated in CMS. That looks great.
4.
Thank you so much.
1,
I see
2,
3
3,
hands
4.
popping up in the chat.
Plus Cheryl.
Good. That means we've got a lot of people returning.
Very good.
Congrats, new directors. Yes. Very good. All right.
That's 5. Okay.
Very good. Well, thank you
Quick, if I can
again.
say one more thing. If you are a new director, but your club is not new, you still need to request a new account. And if you were in staff last year, if you could go ahead and email us to let us know that, then we can go ahead and help you set that up as well. Just so you know that you will have to have a new account. You cannot use your old director's account if you are a new director. Just wanted to point that out as well. I got some questions about that. So yes, if you're a new director, you still need to request an account.
Excellent. Real quick, just say hi. This was Kathy, is our master guide director. If you have people who are master guides or want to become master guides, this lady is the one to help you. Kathy Adams, our Master Guide Director. Just wanted you to see her face real quick. That's if you have staff that want to, tried to, never have, but always wanted to become Master Guides. Kathy can help them get over the top. She will help them to see Mount Zion. So please work with Kathy on that. All right. Very good. Thank you again, everyone, for being on. I saw Donna said she's already reactivated. Several others of you, thank you for being ready to go and on it. Bless you, Yvette. For everybody who is ready to start a club year, raise your hands if you're ready to start a new club year. Woo! All right. Yeah, somebody should screenshot that. Look at all that energy and excitement. I love it. All right. Very good. Even from Homestead, one of our southernmost clubs, she's saying thumbs up. Let's do this. Vanessa's ready to go in Homestead. I love it.
I have a question. If they're ready to register for leadership training, let me see you wave your hands. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. The crowd goes crazy. All right. Very good. Yeah, Stephen is pumping up leadership training, and we're so glad for that. It's one of our ways to do the most training for the most people at one shot. So we are looking for that. Hey, look, Yvette says even her dog wants to come to the training. If it's virtual, you can bring the dog. If you go to the virtual one, you can bring the dog. Wow, Evelyn's already registered for leadership training. Uh-oh, it's time to show off your pet. Cheryl's got her pet out too. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very good. Hey, you guys are a fun group. Thank you for what you do for kids. Thank you for the planning that you'll do, the time you'll spend praying for kids, the way that you'll work with your staff, with your pastors, the way that you'll pull this all together, the way that you'll reach out to our office team if you need help. Like, you've got a lot of people pulling for you this year. You've got a lot of people in Florida that are ready to be in your corner to help you succeed, and we just need to be asked. And if you want information sent to you regularly, let us get you on the email list. Let us get you on the newsletter list. And beyond all that, we've got God on our side, which is better than any of us, quite frankly. So we are so thankful to work with you, to work with God, to work with our excellent volunteer team. You met many of them, and many other ones are on here. So thank you for everyone. Let me pray for us tonight, and we'll wrap up our orientation. Thanks again for being on. Our God and our Father, we pause to end our meeting as we come in the name of Jesus. And God, may we all be aware that you are the one that makes ministry happen. You choose us, you use us, you invite us to get a front row seat to what you're doing, but you're the one that does the heavy lifting. You're the one that makes it all happen. So help us to constantly be aware that this isn't up to us. This isn't up to just what we can come up with and how we can entertain kids or keep their attention. We want club ministries this year, Jesus, to be better than it has been any year in the past. We want our leaders to be supported, to feel loved, to feel like they are ready, and to reach out if they need help. And Father, we want to come alongside parents. We want to support each family. We want to support each kid. And Father, I pray for those kids that are spiritually struggling, that will decide to be lifelong followers of Jesus because of club ministries this year. I want to pray for those kids that will be encouraged to stay followers of Jesus this year because of club ministries. I want to pray for those families, Father, that their parents will become lifelong followers of Jesus because of club ministries this year. I want to pray for those kids that will feel rescued from the pull and temptation of the world because of club ministries this year. I want to say thank you, Father, for the kids that will have the courage to stand up in school or stand up with their friends and say no to dumb things because of club ministries this year. And I want to say thank you, Jesus, for those kids who will learn what it means to walk with Jesus this year because of club ministries. I thank you for all the good that you're about to do. I thank you for the way that you're going to bless the adults that are on this call tonight, the way that you're going to bless them in their lives and in their ministries and in their homes and with their own families. I want to thank you for the way that you're going to draw some of these leaders closer to you than they've ever been before because of club ministries, as they cry out to you for help, as they look to you to anchor their lives. So for all these things, Jesus, we say thank you for what you're about to do, and thank you that we get to do it together and with you. What a great privilege to be alive at this time in Earth's history. What a great privilege to partner with each other and to partner with all of heaven to help these kids be a part of your movement on this earth at this time. So Jesus, we look forward to how you're going to work in us, how you're going to work through us, and how you're going to bless kids and families as a result, and how churches will be stronger, churches will have better reaches into the community, and even community kids will come to follow Jesus because of club ministry. So for all these things, we say thank you, and we look forward to how you'll bless as only you can. We'll do our part. We know you'll do yours. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, everyone. Wishing you God's blessing on your night tonight. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone. Good night.
Blessing upon each and every one.
Thank you,
Bye,
Anthony.
buddy.
I'm Sherry.
Hey, Charlie. Thank you.
Sherry.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
All right. So if you're, hey, there's Brother Forbes.
Good night, Pastor.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
All right, all right.
Looking good.
Bye. Good night.
All right. Good night. Very nice. Very nice. There's Martha.
Good night, and it was a good meeting. I'm very thankful. Yes, Carmen and Marina, mwah, love you.
Oh, come on. Throw Stephen a kiss. Come on. Throw Stephen a kiss.
Mwah, mwah.
There
And
you go.
Pastor Stewart, let me know which one you want me to go to on the 31st. I won't be here on the 1st. I'm leaving to go out of the country. So please let me know which one.
Out of the country. Mercy.
Yes, I'm going to DR.
So you'll go to I can tell you right now, you on the 31st you'll go to with Pastor Pedro up at
Sawgrass?
Sawgrass.
All right, I'll be there.
Okay.
No problem. Do I need to go ahead and register in advance?
Yes.
All right, I'll be there. Yes. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Appreciate you.
All that I see.
No problem.
Hey, Daryl.
Hey,
The drum man.
I would show my face, but right now my face is not my face, so I'll just leave my screen blank.
Okay.
And of course, I can't let Brother Anthony Shaw see this type of face right now because he'll have that all over Miami in seconds.
You don't have your makeup on, Daryl?
Why me? Anyhow, it's good to see everybody. I love the smiles, and unfortunately, I can't share mine. But have a wonderful night. And Pedro, thank you so much for the prayer. And Carmen and Morena, it's always a pleasure to see your faces.
Right. But what about me, Daryl? What
A
about
true
me?
charmer, Daryl. A true charmer.
Well, you know, Stephen, Pastor Stephen, you are somewhat a mentor to me. You know why? Because a few years ago, you came to All Nations and preached, and you said something very specific. And I said, what is he talking about? That's not possible. You know what you said? You said that you're following the Sabbath. There's no way you can get the mark of the beast. If you're following the 10 commandments, there's no way you can get the mark of the beast. That's what you said.
Okay.
And I said, what is he talking about? He don't know what he's talking about, blah, blah, blah. That was a while ago, though, like maybe 5 years ago. Pastor Mills had just started, and so that became a huge thing for me. And every time I have some sort of Bible study with my instructors and they talk about this thing, I bring that up and I'm saying, listen, this is what Pastor Stewart told me, and I didn't believe him at first, but then I worked it out and I figured out exactly what he was talking about, and now I'm giving you your flowers. So don't get all crazy, but I'm giving you your flowers.
Nice.
I wouldn't go crazy over that. If you made reference to me singing with a certain artist, that's when I go crazy at times. But nah.
Oh,
that's
oh, okay then. All right then.
Daryl's like, what?
You got some facial hair that you don't want to show, Daryl? Is that the deal?
No, that's not it.
Okay, all right. I'll leave it alone.
I'm going to ask some question, Daryl.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go.
No, they're not gonna tell me.
Oh, you leave me alone for tonight, Brother Shaw? Okay.
Sure will. Blessing,
Very
man.
good.
I've been
Thank
doing
you,
good
everyone, for being on.
Blessing.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
All right.
All
Good
right.
night. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Somebody's trying to come on now.
Oh, man, I should have stopped the recording.
Oh.